Okay. Hello. Oh, this is this is bright. It's a different laptop. Um, do I like it? I don't think so. I think we switch with stay with this. Oh, but the text is a little bit too small. Oh, this is even smaller. Oh my god, I cannot see anything on this laptop. Um, okay, so first of all, we're gonna make all the fonts a bit larger. Why is it such a jump? I think I want 15. Yes. Okay. Uh, let's see if it runs here. And I have also deleted UI tests. Let's see. Up. So I deleted these two files and I deleted a target, I guess. Um, the reason I deleted UI test is that otherwise, if I click run all tests, it takes like 2 minutes to start up, which is not the best experience. Okay. Mm, uh, okay, everything is green. That's nice. Stinky Winky says, "What's up? What's up, Stinky Winky?" um, why does it copy simulators and then also closes the one that was open? And where are all of these prints coming from? So I guess in here somewhere there are prints. Oh, PP. Or in a test. Do I print something? Print. Uh-huh. Symbol. Where do I print this? I watched your Tesla coding video. Great video. Thank you. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's just start with the day 5. This is going to be, I guess, something similar to Tesla video, except it's an Advent of Code. Let's see what happens. And we also create a test for it right away. And we also need to create an input file, or I guess we save it from a browser directly. Okay, so the test has to be not inside the app. It has to be inside of tests. Otherwise, we cannot say import testing. And I think testable import. How does it look like? Let me double check. Testable import of this, yes. And we define a suite. Let me just copy paste some of this code. You know what? I'll just copy paste everything. And this is day 5. And these are going to go away, except this one. Import foundation was needed to read from bundle. Okay. And now we need to create a struct of day 5, similar to not this. Why why can't I fold? Oh my god, are all settings different now? Okay, sure. That's a little bit annoying, but fine. Okay. So input would be a string, of course. Oh my god, is everything different? Suggest completions. Use escape key to show completion suggestions. Automatically close. everything. Automatically balance brackets. Reformatted column, no. Automatically reformat when completing. Show reformatting guide. I guess this is a little bit useful. Um, oh, I don't even know what my settings are on my laptop. I guess we'll find out. What did you like with the Tesla video? Um, I'm curious, is it about that it was actual interview, which is my guess? Or that is an actual questions from actual interview? If I had to guess, that's why people are excited. Solve part 1 and solve part 2. Mm, let's just say this expects zeros. So this should run now. Cannot find day 5 in scope because I need to rename it. And this shall return empty array for now. Okay. How about we run this? I don't know anything about coding, but indeed, I just liked it to be real test. Did you succeed the test? Or did they email you back? Yeah, they said they want to schedule an actual interview. I have declined that because I don't want to work at Tesla and I needed to I was looking for jobs, so I needed to focus on that. And I knew I wouldn't work at Tesla, so I didn't proceed further. But I was very curious if I can get into the interview. Okay, fatal error. That is because we do not have a file with day 5 input. Either way, congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for joining. Okay, let's see what the task is on day 5. I want to download this file first. And then we have everything ready to start. So we save it here as day05 txt. Let me check. Yeah. And then later, oh no, now if we run this, this should work with reading the file, but this should break. Yes, exactly. So all the scaffolding is done, except one last part. In the application itself, I want to add a new, what? Oh yeah, okay, that's word wrapping. I don't know if I like this. I tried it a bunch, but I'd rather scroll, actually. Let's disable this. Where is it? Wrap. Wrap lines in editor. No, I don't want that. Turns out. Okay, now we run the app. There should be a new entry. Will the app be like Advent calendar? No. This is called Advent of code. And what's happening is that there is kind of like what Tesla had, right? Kind of little puzzles. And this is actual, this website is an actual advent calendar where each December, in anticipation of Christmas, they post little puzzles, and every day there is a new puzzle. So I'm solving the ones from last year, but I'm doing it in Swift and kinda in the app, but not really. Like, okay, the fact that it's an app is to lure you in. But there is a lot of fun with Swift. Okay, so we have everything set up. We're reading our input to our puzzle. We have a new puzzle panel, and if we run it, it gives completely wrong answers. So let's see what the actual puzzle is. Day 5. Print Q. Satisfied with their search for on Ceres, the squadron of scholars suggests subsequently scanning the stationary stacks of Sub-Basement 17. Okay. The North Pole printing department is busier than ever, this close to Christmas. And while the historians continue their search of this historically significant facility, an elf operating a very familiar printer beckons you over. Yeah, so they have like this little story that unfolds over the course of 25 days, 24 days, 25 days. Um, but the puzzles are usually like, okay, look at these numbers, figure out if you sum like specific ones, what will it be? So let's see. The elf must recognize you, because they waste no time explaining that the new sleigh launch safety manual updates what print correctly. Failure to update the safety manuals would be dire indeed, so you offer your services. Safety protocols clearly indicate that new pages for the safety manuals must be printed in a very specific order. The notation X pipe Y means that if both page number X and page number Y are to be produced as part of an update, page number X must be printed at some point before page number Y. The elf has for you both the page ordering rules and the pages to produce in each update, your puzzle input, but cannot figure out whether each update has the pages in the right order. For example, these are the ordering rules, and these are the updates, and I would guess you have to figure out if this list is in correct order according to these rules. So it's not numbers sorted in ascending or descending order, it's these numbers sorted in an order that 97 must be before 13. The first section specifies the page ordering rules, one per line. The first rule means that if an update if an update includes both pages, so that's important. Page number 47 and page number 53, then page number 47 must be printed at some point before page number 53. 47 doesn't necessarily need to be immediately before 53, other pages are allowed to be in between them. The second section specifies the page numbers of each update. Because most safety manuals are different, the pages needed in the updates are different too. The first update, blah blah blah, means that the update consists of page numbers this. To get the printers going as soon as possible, start by identifying which updates are already in the right order. Can you use this kind of coding for back end of a website? Do you mean Swift? Or solving this kind of problems? Do you mean whether these kinds of problems are relevant in making a backend? In the above example, the first update is in the right order. Okay, makes sense. Because the first update does not include some page numbers, the ordering rules involving those missing pages are ignored. Yes. Um, Not directly. Um, Solving these puzzles, right, will not be something that is on your to-do list for the day when you're working on the backend, but it is useful the same way it's useful to exercise, I guess. I don't know. Like if you are going to a gym, right? And your day job is something physically demanding, which is probably not lifting weights. Right? It's still useful to do this kind of things. And maybe when you are learning, it's nice to have tasks that are, I don't know, if you find this fun, that's fun, like the whole story and whatever and stuff like that. Um, or if you're just starting and you have a hard time defining like your first project, like common advice is often, hey, just start building something, right? And if you're starting from zero, and it could be difficult to set a goal or maybe break it down into something that's not overwhelming. Like if your goal is to build a website, I don't know, build something like Twitter. If your goal is build something for like Twitter as an exercise, it might be not a little overwhelming in terms of where to start. And maybe you can start like with these things where it's kind of someone made it for you and there is some kind of logic behind it. They have like kind of solution in their mind of conceptually where to go, and then you kind of practice on smaller things, kind of mechanical skills first. Okay, what do you need to output? For some reason, the elves also need to know the middle page number of each update being printed. Because you're currently only printing the correctly ordered updates, you will need to find the middle page number of each correctly ordered update. In the above example, correctly ordered updates this, and this is their middle page. This have middle page numbers highlighted. Adding these page numbers together gives 143. Of course, you'll need to be careful. The actual list of page ordering rules is bigger and more complicated than above example. Determine which updates are already in correct order. What do you get if you add up the middle page number for those correctly ordered updates? Okay, so maybe we can start backwards. So we have a bunch of numbers split into groups. We need to figure out if each group is in correct order according to this. And if the group is in correct order, we take the middle number and sum and take sums of middle numbers. Okay, let's try first parsing the input because it's not super clear to me what it will entail, what struct doing is. Like in the end, it's array of arrays, I guess, is fine. But what this would be, I am not sure. So let's say if we have parsed the sample input, right? Um, if we parse this sample, if we have parsed the sample input, what kind of output do we expect? So I think the best is some kind of a struct. So let's say we're gonna get a new input, right? Oh, this is too big. This is too big to type out. I'm gonna simplify a little bit because right now we don't really need a big string. So let's say 1 comes before 3 and 3 comes before 5 and then 2 comes before 4. This is not really good. Let's invert it. Let's say that 2, 2, 4, 6 and 1, 3, 5 and then this come before this. Are there any other big companies you're looking to work for or apply for? I found a very nice job, so I am for now fine, but I'm thinking about trying to apply and see like if I can do another screening in an actual company. So how's it? 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6. Um, this doesn't really make sense what I wrote here. I want to say that 2 is before 1, 4 is before 3, and 6 is before 5. And then we need to give all the other ones, I guess? Oh, it doesn't matter. If there is no rule, it doesn't affect anything. If there is a rule, only then we consider it. Okay, and then 2 should be before 1, 4 before 3, 6 before 5. And for now, it also doesn't really matter if we get a good example or not. So we're just gonna say we want rules to be an array and updates to be an array of arrays 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And rules should be, what are the rules? I guess something like 2 before 1, 4 before 3, 6 before 5. Is this something that makes sense? No, not really. I don't think it makes sense what we have created because, well, it's also not very easy to answer because right now, because we have to parse the input into a structure that will help us answering questions. And right now we're not really answering any questions, so we haven't asked any questions, but so for now let's just mechanically see if we can do this. Um, and to start, we need to redefine an input, right? So we're gonna make a file private or okay internal day05 input. Oh, can we just make a struct called input? And we said it has rules and it has updates, and updates is array of arrays of int, and rules is array of tuples of two ints, right? Oh, I think where I went wrong is that I said array of ints and it should actually return input and accept input. Okay, and now it should work. Okay, let's make an empty one so we can just replace this. Now let's not make an empty one, let's just return one that has no rules and no updates. Okay, so now everything builds, and if we run this, it should fail. Um, expectation failed. No, that is something else. Okay, so you cannot compare this input because it's not equatable. Let's make it equatable. I guess the problem is that we chose tuples. Let's not use tuples then. Let's use this. Referencing operator up. Did it die? Great. That's not fun. Okay, let's see. Running. Where do I print? Oh, here I print. Let's not print anymore. Okay, now everything runs and fails like expected because we say we got empty arrays and we expected this. Okay, let's try to parse. I guess the idea is, can we not just parse a number from a string up to certain? Can we not just start parsing? Can we just not look at a string until we had not a number? Um, of course, we can say take the input, split it on double new line, so here, right? And then that's first, and then it's the second part. Uh, that would be one approach. What does max splits do? Hmm. Okay, so then we have that one, then we have the other one. Um, so rules is parts first, reduce into, um, or I guess rules would be parts first. Um, and then we can split by new line and then map into something else. It's a little bit boring way to do it actually. So we have a string where we can split that by a pipe. And return um seemed to of int like this. So we can get int from a string cannot convert sub-element character to string. Okay, of course. Because when we split it, this is substring. We can make a string out of it. Now we have array of strings, I hope. String subsequence. Huh. Okay, so that was unnecessary. If we print the rules, something reasonable should come out. I always start and I was like, okay, let's not do the most straightforward way. But then I do the most straightforward way. Okay, 2, 1, 4, 3, 6, 5. 2, 1, 4, 3, 6, 5. But then updates is empty. Oh, let's see. Expectation failed. So parse. Which one is empty? Oh, updates is empty. Oh, input and rules is empty. Okay, because we forgot to put rules here. But we did print them. 4, 2, 1, 4, 3, 6, 5 here. Yeah. Okay, and then numbers, updates are parts last, split it by comma, map it by int, or I guess map it by taking an int and force casting it. Um, but we should also split it by new line. Okay, and then map each line by this. So we take the line, split it by comma, and map each element like this. This is such a throwaway code. This is a code that you write and never read. And if you want to read it, you delete everything. Oh, it did work. Okay, well, it did work. That's not nothing, right? Um, okay, so now we need to see if this is in order. So how would we do it? So we would take this input first, I guess, and we'll write a new test, right? Solve one sample. So sample is this. And we would say if we were to solve part one on this sample, we would expect to get, what does it say? 143. Okay, so let's try that. It should at least run, but it should not work. Because right now we just hard coded -1 in here. Okay, so we have a bunch of rules and we have a bunch of updates. So I guess the most um, naive way to do it would be to say in all of the inputs, in all of the updates, we only take those that are ordered correctly. Okay, give me a second. Uh, I need a second. Okay, let's do it. Mm, 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 mm. So if we just ask our input for to give us a function saying whether this is ordered correctly. I don't know. Um, so we will get an array of ints. Doesn't really make sense, right? That it's on input and not on rules. But for now, let's just skip it. Returns a bool. It's always false. Cannot convert return expression of type array of ints. To return type int. Oh, because it has an implicit return. So we'll get valid ones, valid updates, and we're gonna return valid updates reduced. Oh, is there a sum? Summed by middle. And we're gonna make a file private extension to array where element is int called middle that will return an int, and because I imagine it's always odd number, let's see how many numbers are here. Or actually we can just collapse everything that we were looking at because the screen is slightly different. What if we just say that we want to print length of each update? Is everything compiling? Yeah, it has just to be like this. Okay, and if I run this test, it will print the length of all updates, and I don't see an odd number. All the numbers are odd, so I'm just gonna assume all the numbers are odd. So then in here we can say that we're gonna return self count percent to, no, over 2, no, percent to. Okay, who knows how to do division in Swift? Remainder 2. What if we divide a number by 2? What happens? Let's try it. So if we have a number like 7 and we divide it by 2, we get 3. It's exactly what we want, actually. Because 0, 1, 2, 5, 4, 6, and middle is 3. Okay, that's exactly what we want. Perfect. But is it then rounded? Can we go to definition of division? Okay, this is not. Why can't I divide integers? I don't know. I do not understand. Okay, we just empirically tested it, so it does work. That's enough for me. We'll just do this, right? So we should get a 0 here actually now. This should actually pass now. Why did it fail? Let me delete this for a second. Why did it fail? Expectation failed. Now that cannot Oh, this succeeded, but this one failed. Okay. Um, okay, so this code is fine actually. That's exactly okay, that's exactly done. So we filter only correct ones and we sum its middles. Oh, can we say this? I love that you can do key paths. Oh, it's so nice. um so now we just need to say whether this array is ordered correctly, which is an interesting part, I guess. So the naive approach, of course, is to just say that sort in place, sorted by something. Actually, we have to go through all the rules. Or not. Let's think about it. This is where you should usually start. Let's think about it. Should be your first. Okay, so we have something like a before b, a before x, b before x, whatever. Um, and then we have ab, right? If we sort this according to the rule, so my thought would be, so we just give this, right? Take this. So maybe and look at whether this A should be before B. If we just do it pair by pair, what we can do, we would say, oh, give me all the rules about A, and or actually give me all the rules about B. Is there a rule like this? Does this pair violate anything, right? Does this pair violate any rule? But then we'd have to say, does this pair violate any rule? Does this pair violate any rule? Does this pair violate? Does this pair violate? And does this pair violate? So it's you have to check all the pairs. We should also say that this is a little bit transitive. So if, let's say, if A should be before B and B should be before X, then A should be before X. But then it also means that if B is not in the array, we should ignore this. But that makes sense. Why would they say that? Why would they say ignore the rules that don't have both sides in the array? Because you might have like give me all A rules, something. There is some kind of simplification maybe possible. But with a naive solution where we compare each pair, sure, that would work. And they would find a rule that either for A to B or B to A. Okay, but what if we sort the array? Can we... So if the only rule, let's say the only rule we have is B should be that, let's say, C is before B, right? Let's say we have a rule like this. So this is invalid, but then we would, if we compare all the pairs, we would find this. If we only compare it like this, we would not find that rule if we only compare them next to each other. But if we sort it, so we provide a function if we want to sort it, we provide a function that either says whether this element should be sorted before this element, right? I think that's how it's defined in Swift. A predicate that returns true if its first argument should be ordered before its second argument, otherwise false. I'm curious if this would work. And because sorting doesn't require n squared, this should also not require n squared. This whole task. Interesting. But let's not do that. For element in update, can we drop last? For left, oh, you cannot name it. For right hand side in update, drop first. That's not correct. Did they remove C loops? Yes. For left index in update indices, drop last. For right index in update, starting with left index plus 1 to update count. From 0 to update count minus 1. Like this. And now we want to find a rule that either have left right or right left is Sure, and then can I say rule contains? And can this be just an array? So this means left should be before right, but we only need to see if it's wrong. So it will be wrong if right should be before left. This is again the code that you throw away if we look at it. mm, this is so bad. Can we just say it's set? So if this loop passes, it's fine. Otherwise, we return false. That seems very suspicious. I don't think it will work. It does work. Sure. What does this say? I can't imagine this working. It also takes so long. It's very inefficient. But let's see. It is correct though. 5087. Let's see if we need to break a lot. While the elves get to work, printing the correctly ordered updates, you have a little time to fix the rest of them. For each of the incorrectly ordered updates, use the page ordering rules to put the page numbers in the right order. For the above example, here are the 3 incorrectly ordered updates and their correct orderings. After taking only the incorrectly ordered updates and ordering them correctly, their middle page numbers are blah blah blah. Adding this produces 1 to 3. Find the updates which are not in the correct order. What do you get if you add up the middle page numbers after correctly ordering just those updates? Okay, so this is the opposite. So this, how do you negate? Uh, do you have reject? Okay, we're gonna make a reject. Cannot convert value of closure. Okay, so we need to say filter not predicate. Like this. Referencing method reject on array requires that array of ints and int be equivalent. Okay, that doesn't have to be on a can be just on array. Okay. So here we filter once. This name is also not correct. Do we filter out? Filters the ones that I correctly ordered, and here you filter out the ones that I incorrectly ordered. Um, and we map them. We say input reorder. Now let's just do this, right? So we need to have a map on the filter. Oh no, we need to input sort actually. Um, also file private. Mm. So how do we sort this according to this? That's very interesting. Is it very interesting? Let's just try it, right? So update sorted by um okay. And we're gonna make this as well. So we need to say whether left should be sorted before right, I guess. Returns true if first argument should be sorted before second. So that is only true when roles contain left sorted before right. But I don't think this is correct. I don't think this is correct. Maybe it should be inverted, that there is not a rule requiring right be sorted before left. That is also not correct, because you can have stuff like, maybe I'm wrong. So let's say you say A is before C and C is before B, right? And then you want to sort A, B, C. So A should be before B, that's correct, but C should be also before B. So then when you, let's see if it works. takes so long? Oh, it doesn't take so long. I just haven't clicked it. This looks like a reasonable number. 4971. 4971. Huh. So it did work. Um, so I guess we can try stuff like this now. So I'm gonna run all the tests again. So we can say something like update, I should say input. Uh, if I sort the update, it should be equal to update. But that's not necessarily correct. Actually, this is not correct because in here ACB is correct, but ACXB is also correct. That you don't necessarily will sort them in the same way. And also like AXCB is also correct. So maybe that's fine. I'm now realizing my colors are completely different on the stream than what I see on my screen. That's unfortunate. Um, but for some reason, I think this will work. Well, let's see if it will work. Ah, it does work. So most of this was kind of here. Um, okay, well, fine. Shouldn't there be something like I have added a text file into a bundle? Okay, I want to try to also run these tasks separately. Run this stuff in a task. So if we go to app view, I guess it's called, and we run this. And it will take forever, of course, so that's fine. So long. So when you click, this all hangs because it starts like this. This is so fast though. This one takes a while. When you run this, I wanna make it in a task. Um, I'm gonna make it a task. Up, go back. I'm gonna make it into a task. And now this should still work, right? I'm gonna sleep for this amount of time. Why does it hang still? Um, hmm. Task detached, I guess? Is user initiated highest? Yeah, but then I cannot do this. This is an error in Swift 6 language mode. But I have Swift 6 language mode. There's something Swift language version Swift 6. Oh, it's for this. And this is Swift 5. Cool, 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 cool. And now it should be an error. Swift version is unsupported. Okay. So when I said unspecified, that wasn't good. It didn't inherit it. Okay, build failed. Okay, now it's an error because we're changing stuff, not on the main thread. This is any solver type. Annoying. Um, can I do this? What do I do? Let minus is not concurrency safe because non-sendable type might have shared. No, this is sendable. Converting non-sendable function may produce data erases. Okay, so do this. Okay, this doesn't work. This part doesn't work. I think the rest should work. Oh, no, 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 no. This string, this is string. Okay, generic parameter, blah, blah, blah. Did I break this again? Docs96. Hello, if you continue to use Swift a lot, you will hate programming with other languages. That is, it's too late for, too late for that warning. Okay, so how do you run things back on main actor? I am all right. Thank you. Oh, main actor dot run. Okay, sure. That's what I wanted to do. But should I check task in is cancelled? If task is cancelled, return. I guess here. Will this work? Oh, okay, it works now. So you can press it and it still scrolls and then it changes. Okay, so then we can just do this. Can you delete? How do you delete stuff? Okay, now we can see it working. How are you doing, Tox? I'm a little bit tired though. I'm okay, but I'm a little bit tired. Xcode is really struggling on this laptop, I notice. Okay, so it's running, and you can kind of scroll. I guess it's nice. Okay, well, it's better than whatever. Better than it was. But do you really do task detached? What if you just do task? Does it? Oh, it runs on the main thread because I guess that one is on the main thread because the whole thing is main actor or something. Because this is main actor, this will run on the main thread. And also, I don't really think I need this once. Whatever, it's better than it was. Sure. Mm, yeah, I guess this makes sense. Um, okay. Okay, I think for today I'm kind of done actually. It's a little bit of a short stream. But we have solved another day, so by the end of, by the time 2025 Advent of Code comes, we would have solved the previous year on this space.